departments in the military is psychology, so psychological warfare, and they push out the vibrations, them enchantments through the propaganda, and it gets those people believing in whatever they put out. You know, the apostle, the elder, he did a video, a little series, basically talking about the media and whatnot. You know, the media, I forget another word they use for media. But basically they push out them different enchantments and different vibrations and frequencies on people, and it causes people to believe in the shit they put out, man, you know?
Oh, and then the movie Mockingjay, it shows you how the dude that she was with, that she was had allegiance with, they made him flip on her by filling his brain with shit about against her. You know, so they re-educated them. That's basically what they're trying to do when they push that chip, man. Is re-educate the people. It all boils down to one thing: is that chip, really?
That's the word. It's called broadcast. So basically, they broadcasting the spell out on the people, and then media is just short for medium. You know, so when they use the television, they just basically witchcraft. It's witchcraft, man. You know.
The apostles went into that on a sit down years ago. A broadcast, meaning they casting out that net, man, that trap, you know, to catch the minds of these people.
It's like, because broad is the kingdom of heaven is narrow. The path to the kingdom of heaven is narrow, but the ways of this world is broad. So that's why there's something that appeals to every walk of life. You can find it on TV. Because that net, like the brother said, is cast out there broad so they can gather all kind of fish and fuck their minds up, man, and have them believe. That's why there's so many so-called religions, man.
Yep. That's the net on the left-hand side, you know, which the devil uses, and then you got the net on the right-hand side of the Most High that's cast out to fish for the elect, man. You know.
And this is a small net too.
Yeah.
This is Numbers 23 and 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this, it should be said of Jacob and of Israel, what have the Most High wrought? Yeah, so that's plain as day, man. That there's no enchantment against Jake, man. You know, so like for when they put all this bullshit in these movies and in the music and in the frequencies through the radio, that shit it's not going to work against the men of the Lord, man, because we have a barrier between us and those waves, and that's YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, man. You know.
And the scriptures say, if possible, they may deceive the very elect, man. So the elect is not going to be, more importantly, the elect, because 2/3 of our people, they're gone, man. Or their mind's gone like Nate. I'm out there. I'm in Ghana. You know, 2/3 of our people are gone, man. So only the elect are not going to be deceived, all right, by all these different frequencies and vibrations, wicked frequencies should I add, and vibrations that Esau's pushing out there. All right, now one of them frequencies and vibrations they want to push out there is that RFID chip. Right now, the elect are not going to take the RFID chip, but 2/3 of our people are going to take the RFID chip and be destroyed, man. All right. The only reason they want to, one of the reasons, should I say, they want to put that RFID chip into the people is to lower their frequency, their vibration, so that they won't be on a higher spiritual level, man. You know, to communicate with the Most High. You take the RFID chip, you cut off from the Most High, man.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Another one of them vibrations that's pushing out heavy is the homosexuality, man. It starts off with the skinny jeans and wearing makeup and dyeing your hair and all that bullshit that Jake is doing nowadays. And next thing you know, you're gonna be receiving rod or dishing rod to another man. Right. You know?
And, you know, all this stuff has been infiltrated, man. But it's to break down. Really, at the end of the day, it's separating the 1/3 from the 2/3, man. Because the 2/3, they're going to buy into every little fucking window doctrine, you know, a false doctrine. They're going to buy into it. But the elect aren't going to be swayed, man. The scriptures tell you that none are going to fall out of his hand. So even though they're throwing these nets out and doing all these things, the elect are still going to be safe within YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, man. Okay? So they're not going to take the chip. Right? So everything that we're doing right now in rehearsing these righteous acts is to build up your faith. All these things that we see happening, that should be a faith builder too. seeing these earthquakes, the pestilences, the famines, the wars, the rumors of war. All these things are supposed to be building up your faith, no matter what it is. On the left or right hand side, it's supposed to make you stronger and build you up. Because the day is coming where you're not gonna have your books, man. It's all gotta be up here. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the times. Not reprinted books and papers and volumes and paper. No, man. You're not gonna have your sword in that day, man. Right. And even further to prove that, the scriptures tell you that He's gonna put this word in our inward parts. He's gonna give us a fleshy heart, a fleshy mind instead of a stony heart, instead of a stony mind.
And he said, "Fear not, I will give you the words to say in that day, man." So more importantly, you got to fear the Most High, man.
Well, you got to be studied to know what to say in that day, man. You can't just believe you're an Israelite and then have no works to prove your faith, and then that day come and then just be, okay, I'm ready. Tell me what to say. It doesn't work like that, man. That's why you always hear the apostles and elders go in on experience. You're in this thing to gain experience. If you're not, and one way you can tell someone's not gaining experience is when they make the same mistakes twice. That's a lack of understanding. Oh, I accidentally slept with this man's wife. Oops. How the fuck you oops that shit? You know? How the fuck you oops that shit? Twice. One time. All things written aforetime were written for our learning. So the first time you should have fucking got it was when you read it. That's when you first should have understood. Understanding has to be quick. You have to be quick of understanding. You have to have that fleshy heart, man.
Ain't no Britney Spears in the truth, man. Oops, I did it again.
A stony heart is synonymous with you gotta etch it in the tablets, man. So you didn't know any better because you're just a dumb thing, so let's carve it in there. But a fleshy heart, a living thing, the first spirit was what it said. The first spirit, Adam, was so I don't want to misquote it. But you know what I'm saying.
This is Salakia. Somebody speak up.
Come on, when you find it, go ahead.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Right. So you're supposed to be smart enough to know these pitfalls, man. Your faith is supposed to be a defense against all this shit around you. That's how you'll know what to say in that day and time, because you've been built up.
This is Ecclesiastes 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
Yeah, constantly make hard. That's the word endure means, to make hard. And that's what Apostle Gabar always brings out, that this truth does to you. It makes you hard, man. It makes you numb to a lot of things. Mainly this world, man. You know, anything that this world has to offer, you know, you gain that experience, like the brother said. You start becoming numb to certain things, like just like riding around bumping music like these niggas, or looking fly in front of bitches, or any little temptations that's out here in the world, man. You become numb to that shit.
Verse 3. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last.
This is to cleave. Hang on to, man. To grab hold of, man. You know, to cleave on to something means you don't let it go. You know,
cleave onto it like that bitch when she's walking by a bunch of niggas. She grabbing her purse. She grabbed that motherfucker tight and tuck it in all up under her elbow and all that shit. Verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
Whatsoever brought is... Go ahead.
And be patient when thou art brought or changed to a low estate.
Whatsoever is brought upon you, take cheerfully. Like this brother getting sucker punched. Hey man, we as a camp we got fucked up about it because, you know, we took a little rebuke or whatnot. But truthfully, hey, we took that truthfully because it's a blessing. The scriptures tell you that it's a righteous thing to suffer for the name of YAHAWASHI, man. You know.
Verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy.
It said go not aside, because what's on the side? Fire and water, man. They said at least you fall, you either gonna fall in that fire or you gonna fall in that water. Either way, you ain't on the straight and narrow path no more, man. You know, YAHAWASHI is the door, man. You gotta follow that path to the door.
Verse 10, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
Right, and you'll find the answer is only the 2/3 were forsaken, man, because they never believed. So the Most High was jacking them up in Egypt, in the wilderness when they left Egypt, and he told him, he said, look, I'm gonna fuck these people up, man. They're not gonna see the land. And they still said shit about that. They're like, well, we're just gonna die out here? Yeah, you were just told a couple chapters ago you're all gonna fucking die out here. Why are you asking me this shit again? Fucking idiots, man. Okay? So for the elect, for the 1/3, look, man, nothing's gonna fail. All things are gonna come to pass, man. But you gotta have that faith, and like the brother was saying, things make you numb. That means you got a thick skin. It means you got a I don't give a fuck attitude. Because none of this shit fucking matters. None of this shit fucking exists, man. None of this shit is real. This is just a place of punishment for now, man. This is just a place to refine your character, man. To really find out if you're meant to be in the next world to come.
It's like ice in hockey, man. When you get in trouble, they put you in that penalty box, man. That's what America, that's what this society is for Jake, man. It's the whole world is a penalty box for Jake, man. And our penalty's almost up, man. So when we come back and get to skate on that ice again, man, it's over for everybody else because we're gonna terrorize shit, man.
And understand from the beginning, it was the woman that fucked up. You can't forget that either. It was the woman that was in transgression of sin. Okay? It was the woman that fucked up, man. So you got to get out of this woman lovey-dovey spirit with the woman, man. Realize she's a beast. You know?
Hey, look, think about it. The so-called, well, the nigga woman is the reason why we're in the predicament we're in. She's the beginning of sin. Came through her. Now we're fucked up. We're in a bad predicament. She is too. And we realize, yo, we got to get the fuck up out of this situation. But she's like, nah, fuck that. I want to stay here because I'm over you. I'm over you. By everything being out of order, I'm over you. I want to stay. I want to stay here. I don't give a fuck if y'all getting killed in the streets. We getting killed in the streets too, but it's all good because being in captivity, I remain dominant over you. I retain power over you. So, man, fuck this place, man. Right. You can't have no attachments to this place, man. If you got attachments to this world, man, that's a problem. Because that's gonna hinder you from staying on point, from wanting to get delivered, man. You don't even know if you're gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? And if you got worldly attachments, all that's gonna do is try and keep you here. You know, you got to look at it when the chariots come, they're gonna be beaming up the elect. If you got worldly attachments, that magnet, you're a magnet, but there's something that's stopping you being that magnet from getting pulled up to the ultimate magnet. You know?
Yeah, you're not a proper metal, like aluminum. You know, you get an idiot at a shop, and he's new, he's a trainee, tell him, hey, go get the aluminum magnet. And they're running around looking for the aluminum magnet, you know, and, sooner or later they got to break down and ask someone that's higher up, say, hey, so-and-so asked me to find the aluminum magnet. And the boss is like, aluminum's not fucking magnetic. There's no such thing as an aluminum magnet. And he's like, ah, shit. He feels like an idiot.
It's like that movie, Edge of Tomorrow. He's like, where's the safety? There's no safety on this damn gun. It's like, you gotta find it. He's like, where do these stacks? Where's the safety? There ain't no safety on a damn gun, man.
It was too dangerous to have a safety for this situation. You know?
Yeah, going back to this is 1 Corinthians. Well, actually, can I read this first about the faith? Because ultimately, the brother mentioned you gotta have faith. Knowledge and wisdom and be the stability of thy times. And that faith is what's gonna get us up out of and being part of the elect. Is what's gonna get us up out of hell. All right, so this is 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 1. Real quick, it says, and he said unto me, in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or ever the winds blew, before it thundered and lightened, or ever the foundations of the paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, or ever the chimneys in Zion were hot, and the present years were sought out, and or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned, before they were sealed that have gathered faith for a treasure.
So faith was already given before this world was constructed or finished being made. The Most High already had his faithful, man. He already had his faithful reserved, and they're not going to turn away from him, man. No matter what the Most High has them go through or whatever, they're not going to forsake him. That you can't buy loyalty, man. Even in this world, people will get tattoos or things on their card dealing with, you know, loyalty. You'll see certain shows where, you know, there's a rat in the group. There's a leak somewhere. Shit, you see it in GREATMILLSTONE. Someone will get put out. Look, this is just for us, and that nigga will come out, and he'll pass it off to someone else on the side and be like, well, how the fuck did this get out? Well, someone was a fucking rat. All right. And those are certain. Sometimes apostles do that as a trap to set you rats up, man, to find you guys, man.
Hey, that dude that was in the main camp. That was they call him the Ethiopian. He was remember he was chopping it up with Zabak and shit. Yeah. Like actually in the camp, the apostles' camp, but you going to the enemy and chopping it up with Zabak, you know.
Right. They're telling you beware. That's danger. And your dumbass still goes over there, man. That's retarded. Look, just go do your own thing then, man. Because this is about order. You see, that's not faith is synonymous with order as well, man. If faith was given to you, that was by an order, by a decree. So to be faithful is like, look, you tell me where to go, I'm gonna go do it. You tell me what to do, I'm gonna go do it. You tell me when, I'm there. Just tell me the word, and it's done. That's a level of faith, man. Obedience is a level of faith. Did not YAHAWASHI say that? I have not found so great faith in all of Israel. And he said, look, just tell me, and it'll be done. Tell me I believe you is done, and I'll go about my business.
Yeah, I got you some. Brother mentioned like just the commandment said it, because a faithful servant is going to hear that commandment and with joy is going to execute what is to be executed. So this is an example. This is 1 Ezra 4, and I started 6. Likewise, for those that are no soldiers and have not to do with wars, but useth husbandry, farming, when they have reaped again that which they had sown, they bring it to the king and compel one another to pay tribute unto the king. And yet he is but one man. If he commands to kill, they kill. So if the king commands to kill, they kill. If he commands to spare, they spare. If he commands to smite, they smite. If he commands to make desolate, they make desolate. If he commands to build, they build. If he commands to cut down, they cut down. If he commands to plant, they plant. So all his people and his armies obey him. Furthermore, he lieth down and eateth and drinketh and taketh his rest. That's pretty much
the point. Yeah, that's the point. It's showing you that whatever the king says, you got to do.
If I can say this, and that's what YAHAWASHI is. If brothers, if you've been paying attention, YAHAWASHI is like, yeah. Who's those that have no. Who are those who
Is there a treasure?
Yeah. Before they were sealed, that have gathered faith for a treasure. That with him, YAHAWASHI, putting it in the spirit of Apostle Tahar to make that decree of two or more videos a week for brothers, man. That's YAHAWASHI. He's commanding, man. And those servants that were sealed from the beginning of time is going to actually execute those commandments without what's that Hebrew word for murmur? Yeah. They're not going to murmur or complain. You know, just like in the book of Numbers, the 2/3 that murmured and complained for any reason. The elect ain't gonna do that, man. They're gonna hear and they're gonna execute. You know, gladly. Anon. Hey, which in the New Testament, anon is a straight way. And you got niggas, man. These niggas that's like the third Israelite that I seen ride by in a car with their phone out filming, man.
Palawanach is another word for complaining, murmuring.
Gun.
Hey, the reason they're filming is because they've heard about us, man.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, look, they're right there. I got evidence. Look at them. Oh, look at it. I see them. They right there.
Hey, man, that's funny because I was just about to jump into that. Years ago, you know what I'm saying? We'd be out here and they'd walk by puzzled, and you know, people would ride by and look at us crazy. But now this word is getting magnified, man. It's literally throughout the four corners of the earth. And prophecies is coming to pass to where ain't nothing in the news as pertaining to war, but nuclear war, man. Right. So we're closer to that time when Jacob's trouble is about to come, and ultimately the missiles is gonna get shot off, man. So the scriptures tell you that the Most High was gonna give us fame, meaning that He was gonna make the name of YAHAWASHI be known in the earth. And there's only a certain amount of men, 777, that's actually preaching that name, man. You know, so and it's the men of Great Millstone, first and foremost, the apostles and elders, man.
A precept that came to mind was the wise and foolish virgins, man. You know, it says before they were sealed, they had gathered faith. So is that not the wise virgins? While it was time to buy, they bought the oil. So before they were sealed, they had to gather faith. And that's one thing that you'll hear Apostle Gabar go in on a lot is building up your faith, man. And he'll even admit that even though he some years back, it was a couple years in, you know, his faith wasn't all the way built up right then. You know, and that goes for all. We are all building our faith more and more. You know, but this is the time to do it. Whereas you see other guys out there that they're not building up faith, man. They're trying to build up schools. They're trying to build up campaigns and slogans to attack us.
Build up reputations.
Yeah, they're trying to build up a cankered name. They're not trying to build up the kingdom of heaven. They're not about YAHAWASHI, man. They don't even talk about YAHAWASHI. All they talk about is whatever we talk about. And a lot of times we talk about you 2/3 and you fallouts, you sellouts, you bugouts, and then you hate that shit. So then it gives you, you know, now you got a stage presence, you know, because you got to put a face with the faggot, and you get a little fame, you know.
Just on what the brother said about the fame of the name of YAHAWASHI, and we're pushing it first and foremost, starting with the apostles and the elders on down, you know, Great Millstone. This is Isaiah chapter 59 verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and His glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him.
So the enemy is going to come in like a flood. Talk about these martial law troops, man. Okay? Because that's still something that has to happen to a lot of these people. A lot of these gated communities where they're going to be going after certain cops. They're going to be going after certain. We're really looking for us, okay? But they're going to take out all these groups of people, patriots, anyone that believes in a savior, okay? But really, they're all looking for us. But you know what? They're also going to kill you homosexuals too. That's part of their Project Megiddo. They want to kill you homosexuals, man. See, they're trying to thin their herd out, man. There's too much cattle, not enough grazing land. There's too many people and not enough ways to feed you. You know?
Yeah. I was gonna say, the second point, I forget the first point, but the second point, I was thinking about this earlier in the week, just how the brother said they got to thin out the herd. It's just like in the time of the Exodus out of Egypt, when we was in the wilderness, the Most High, he thinned out Israel and let the next generation go into the land. It's the same thing with Esau. He got all these people bugged out, and in these re-education centers. All right, that's why they got the red list, the blue list, yellow list, so on and so forth. Those who he can rehabilitate, all right, pretty much indoctrinate with to wholly believing that government is God, the New World Order. Those he's gonna keep around, but those that don't go along with the New World Order, those he's gonna kill, man. So everything Esau's doing on the left-hand side, he gets from the scriptures, you know.
And it said, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west. So just like back in the past when the Most High brought Israel out of Egypt and the nations round about they feared, that's coming back, man. All right, so these Edomites, all these other nations, and even 2/3 of our people, you 2/3 that don't want to bow to YAHAWASHI, they don't want to worship YAHAWASHI, all right, you're going to fear the name alone. So how much more when YAHAWASHI comes back and wreck shit up, man, fuck shit up, man, you know? Hey, these people are going to utterly fear when all these plagues, these calamities, the destruction goes throughout the earth, man, you know?
What you call for? This is 1 Corinthians 15:45. And so it is written, the first man Adam was made a living soul, the last Adam was made a quickening spirit.
Right. So, look, going back to the stony heart and the fleshy heart, we're gonna be made perfect in the end. Okay, we're gonna be made perfect in the end. Not now, man. And you got a lot of guys seeking for. They think that they're gonna bring the kingdom now, with the reinventing Black Wall Street, setting up a community, whether it's in Israel or in New York. How the fuck, man? New York is a piece of shit, man. It's such a small area, compacted with so many people. You brought to New York, right?
I lived out there for a couple of years.
It stinks, right?
Hell yeah, you catch that dumpster water? That shit's the terriblest shit you ever smell in your life.
Driving into New York, I would imagine, I've only driven in from one direction, but I would imagine any direction it all stinks.
It's like Tacoma.
Yeah.
It's like coming in Tacoma.
Yeah, the aroma of Tacoma, man. It's so bad, it's a local thing, the aroma of Tacoma. And it's not because there's a lot of good fucking restaurants out here, there's hardly any good restaurants out here. This place sucks, man. You know? So, look.
Bug outs, man.
Yeah.
Bug outs out here.
Yeah, American bug outs. Hey, go ahead. Just kind of get that real quick.
They're trying to bring back their glory days. Make America great again.
They've been watching too much Underground.
Yeah, too much American pickers, man. Yeah. And the truth came out about those American pickers. They're faggots too.
I knew that dude was a fucking faggot. You hear him talking, he's like, that nigga's a faggot. I watched it a couple times.
The guy with the beard is the power bottom. So he's the one that gets plugged.
That's the bigger one, right?
That's the bigger one. The bear. It's the little Care Bear, man.
And the little sweet one, that motherfucker with that pussy ass voice. Yeah. Ah, fuck it.
So look, it's coming out, man. All of America's might and strength is to no avail. The real strength you're gonna find is in YAHAWASHI. That's the real strength you're gonna find. And all these people, they're amazed by it, man. This place is more lively than it's ever fucking been. I mean, there's been a few other times with like a skating rink or the skate competition, but there's so much traffic right here today for some reason.